Welcome back everybody to another stream on my channel. And well, today is not really much gonna be of gaming. Well, I mean in the background, yes, but I just mainly wanna tell you more about how the past week has been for me. So, I've told you in the past like two videos about my class trip to Italy, right? Okay, so the first day, well, on the first day, wait, when was that? I think the 1st of September was where we. Wait, no, actually, hold on, let me think. The 31st August on 11 p.m. That's where we started to go, sorry, to drive to Italy from Germany. It was in total a 13-hour drive. 13 hours. Just let that sink in. 13 hours. That is longer than I have been like on a trip ever. Than I've ever been. Because the longest I've been on a trip was like 11 hours in an airplane. But like imagine 13 hours in a bus. I mean sometimes there's like a break, but that's all. That's all you get. It was it was bad. Like I didn't like having to drive for 13 hours. I did not enjoy the driving part. But hey, anyway, let's focus on the part where I actually arrived. So, the hotel, it was actually a two-star hotel. 2 stars, right? And there's like, I think, a prison somewhere near the hotel. I don't know where though, which had 3 stars. I don't know how a prison gets rated. Maybe it's just a rumor that that students have told me. But apparently, the prison has 3 stars. I do not believe that. Like, I don't know if I should believe that. But if that's the case, then that's crazy. I mean, honestly, understandable because the hotel. Let me tell you about the hotel real quick. So at 11 p.m., I think around 11 p.m., there's always like a security. You know what I mean? So that if you are too loud or anything like that, then you get like warned. You get warned. I don't know what happens after that. Like if you get warned and then you get warned again, or if you just get kicked out. I don't know if that's the case. Luckily, none of us got kicked out, but not yeah. In fact, none of us even got warned in the first place. But we had in the hotel we had neighbors, and they were loud, and they got warned once actually. I think they had to move rooms, which was pretty funny, pretty funny to see or to hear at least. Not to see, we didn't see anything, but they were still in the hotel and causing a ruckus. But I didn't really mind since we were 10 people in one room. And it was pretty loud over there till literally 3 a.m. I could not sleep at all until 3 a.m. It was really annoying, but honestly, in the end, it was worth it. Like, the beds were okay. The only problem with the beds were that we had bugs. We had bugs in the bed. Bed bugs. And that is what I really, really did not enjoy. Like, every time I went to sleep, before I went to sleep, I had to check for bugs. I actually did find bugs in my bed. I looked under my mattress too, and it had a brown stain on it. A brown stain under the mattress. Like that is outrageous. How how could we go in a hotel this bad for our final trip? I mean, at least we went to Italy. Okay, I get it. That's the part that's like the You know what I mean? The good part. That's the good part. But bro, come on, man. At least give us a better hotel. We would have even paid. We would have paid for a better hotel. Okay, but anyway, moving on. There was only one bathroom each room, but luckily I never had to dookie or anything. Like, that's the good part about it. The only time I had to go dookie was on the very last day before we actually returned to Germany. But yeah, I had to drink like oops. I had to drink like a lot, more than I usually do. I mean, like it wasn't even that hot in Italy. Like you might imagine it being really hot in Italy, but it wasn't as bad as you might think. It was like, I don't know. Well, anyway, okay. On the first day, like after arriving, on the first day after arrival, we went to Verona. I think that's the city's name. It was honestly pretty cool. Like, not gonna lie, it was really good. But let me tell you something quick. So first things first, before we even did anything, we went we walked for about 10 minutes to the arena. We walked along a wall to the arena in Verona, right? So we met there with a guide, like with a tour guide, you know what I mean? He showed us around the city a bit. Yeah, that's what he did. We even went inside the arena. It was, I think, if I remember correctly, the arena now there is used for opera singings. I believe, at least. Um, he said that there was like a street with lots of shops. I didn't go there, by the way. I did not, because there was like a marketplace that we happened to walk past, where I saw like cool things that I wanted to buy. But anyway, before we actually got to the fun part, you know, the fun part. With that I mean walking around the city, exploring stuff. You know what I mean. Before that, we had to go in groups. You know what I mean? Like nobody goes alone. You know. Understandable. It's a big city, lots of people. But the thing is, when we were about to split up, the teachers told us where we had to meet and when. The problem is I did not pay any attention. I was with some other dudes a bit far away. We talked with each other, but we did not pay attention. At least I did not. I went in groups with somebody else, like with some other people. But then I kind of got in trouble. That's when I got in trouble because I actually lost them, like a minute after, almost a minute after. I didn't know where they went or anything. Um, so I panicked, yeah? I panicked. I literally ran around the entire city. Well, not around the entire city, but let's just say eventually, after asking a few people about where the arena is, I eventually found the arena again because I was thinking that that might have been the place that the teachers were talking about where we should meet again. Yeah, what's this dude doing? Why is he running away? Anyway, Yeah, I went back to the arena, and that's when I found other students, which was a massive, absolutely massive relief for me because I didn't know where anybody was. I was completely alone, lost in the sauce. I had absolutely no idea about the city or anything. Like, I'm glad that I'm able to talk English because if I didn't know any other language other than my native language, I would have probably been lost forever. Like, for good. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can be glad that some people actually told me where it was. But yeah, when I arrived back at Arena, I found out that we actually had to meet at 5 p.m. It was, I think, 2 p.m. when I arrived back at Arena. And as I said, I did not know when we had to meet again. That's why I was sprinting all of the time, even though I had multiple hours of time. But hey, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? Anyway, after I found the students, I went back into the city, being relieved that there's actually people who, um, no, sorry, after knowing that we had to meet at the arena again, and not somewhere else that I didn't know of. Um, yeah, so I actually walked around the city for a few minutes after then finding the market, where I actually bought a pretty cool looking uh, Italy jacket. I like it personally, I really do. Um, will I visit Italy again? I don't know. Only time tells the tale, they say. But yeah, did anything else happen on that day? No, I believe not. Okay, well, moving on to the next day, Wednesday, I think. Yeah, Wednesday. Wednesday, we went to Venice. Venice, pretty cool city. I never like imagined. I never imagined ghettos or like ghetto looking places to be in Venice. I always imagined, or should I say, stereotyped Venice as like a fully fancy city because many people were just raving about Venice, you know? Only that's the reason why I was like thinking, oh, Venice. That must be a mega golden city, you know what I mean? But either way, it was still cool. It was still great. Venice, it's a pretty cool city. We walked around the alleyways. We tried yeah, cultures, food, multiple cultures in fact, not only Italian. We tried we tried Italian ice cream. Oh, that was so good. Like with that strawberry sauce on it. Like that was so good. I loved it. We tried pizza, pasta, and I think that's pretty much about it. I believe I should have tried more stuff other than all the popular things in Italy, you know what I mean? But either way, it was pretty cool. Did I do anything else? Yeah, we also had multiple hours of time. We did go on a boat. Obviously, we went on a boat so that we even were able to go to Venice in the first place because we weren't able to go to Venice without a boat. So that's pretty cool. I think I actually have never been on a boat like that before, like the boat that we have been on from wherever we were to Venice. So that was the first time ever. Um, we didn't go on a boat tour in Venice because that was so expensive, like genially. It, it was, I think, for the cheapest ride, it was 50 euros. 50. Let that sink in. 50 euros is a lot for a simple boat tour for the canals. I mean, come on, man. But hey, it's Venice. It's Venice. It's a popular tourist attraction city. Of course, of course, it's expensive. Why shouldn't it be? But yeah. Other than that, it was pretty fun to go there. I saw a street artist, which I did buy a picture from. It looked pretty good, honestly. Like, she was pretty good at drawing these pictures. Very creative, I must say, and it wasn't expensive at all. Well, kind of. But yeah, that was about it for Venice. I didn't do anything else over there. Um, did I do anything else in Venice, maybe? No, 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 okay. I think that's all we did. Yeah, that's all we did. On the fourth day, we... Wait, but... Oh yeah, we went to Gardaland. Or Gardaland? Whatever you wanna call it. It was a theme park. I think you know what it is. A theme park. Yeah. You know, with lots of roller coasters and other stuff like free fall towers. Yeah, that was cool. You know, I went with a free fall tower. It wasn't as bad as it seemed, low key. It was pretty, like, it was fun, you know? The free fall tower, like the feeling when it goes down, that was great. I loved that one. After that, we went to let me think. I think that was the tallest roller coaster that we went to right after the freefall tower. Dude, that roller coaster was insane. Like, it was really, really tall. That's the thing, it was extremely tall. But yeah, so let me explain. You went up in a cart. It went up, and at some point, you in the cart go down 90 degrees. Like, you know what I mean? I think you know what I mean, right? Um, yeah, that was really cool because it was so fast. I felt like I had to puke up my guts, like actually. What the heck, bro? Anyway, yeah, it was quite how you say that when you feel lots of adrenaline. Yeah, yeah. Yo, let me before I talk, let me kill this guy real quick. He's pretty annoying. He's distracting me. Oh, never mind. I guess I can't. Anyway, after that, we went on to... What? We went on to the other roller coaster, which had two loopings. Two. Isn't that crazy? Like, imagine a roller coaster with two loopings. How crazy is that? I mean, come on, man. Have you ever seen a roller coaster with two loopings? Anyway, yeah, I went on that. Extremely long line, like queue, a very long queue. I waited for probably a good quarter of an hour, but it paid off because when we got in, boy oh boy, bro, the adrenaline I felt during the ride, it was on a whole nother level. No joke. Like, I've never actually done a looping before. That was the first time in ever. I expected it to be like an experience of where I would feel like that I would drop out any second. But no, no, no. It wasn't like that. It was actually pretty chill, more like, for me. I I guess I'm just not affected by that, right? By crazy stuff like loopings, you know? So I wish I was. Like, I wanna feel lots of adrenaline in one of those roller coasters. I wish there was like one of a really, like really crazy roller coaster. If you know what I mean, like a way better one than the one that I was talking about right now. But anyway, it was really good, either way. I did actually get a cola for €4, I think, with 700 milliliters, which is actually quite a lot, isn't it? I mean, in a cup, usually you have to pay way more than that for just 700 milliliters of cola. So that was pretty impressive. I thought it would cost more, but no, it did not. So yeah, I drank it all because I was very thirsty. You know me, I'm always very thirsty. I actually did not eat anything because I wasn't hungry and I didn't want to puke while while riding on a roller coaster. Um, what else did I do? Oh yeah, we went into a 4D cinema. A 4D cinema, it was pretty interesting, yeah. I can't really explain what happened over there, but let's just say that it was interesting. It was okay. I mean, not much to say about it. Anyway, I think that's the last thing that I did before just chilling and sitting down and waiting um for us to go back to the hotel. And yeah, well, on the fifth day, yeah, on the fifth day we actually went back home, right? On the fifth day we went back home. Oh yeah, well, on the fifth day we went back home, and wait, hold on. No, no, no. There's something else we did on Thursday. After we arrived at the hotel, we ate dinner. We ate dinner. We went back out and took a picture at the beach, all together. My class and the other class that went with us. You know, like a group picture. It was actually surprisingly wholesome. Yeah. I expected it to be chaotic, but no, it was pretty cool. It looked pretty good, low key, man. Because the past pictures that I know and that I have seen, they were not good. But yeah, I think that was pretty much about it, right? Yeah. And on yeah on Friday, no wait, Friday? Yeah, on Friday we got back into the bus at 8:30 a.m. a.m. 8:30 a.m. and we drove back. Oh, we drove back a long time. I don't know why a long time, but we drove back. Let me think. About 16 hours. 16 hours. Let that sink in for a moment. That's a long time. about 3 hours more than the drive to Italy. But yeah, anyway, at least we had a ride back home. At least I should not complain, you know what I mean? I should be grateful. Anyway, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to tell you guys about my trip today. I'm hoping to see you guys again either this week or next week. I don't know. I'll see how much time I have because, bro, I got lots of homework and presentations due, bro. Like next week or 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, yeah, lots of schoolwork to do. But I'll see. Maybe I'll have time. I think I do. I should be able to have time. But yeah, I wish you all a nice rest of your day, possibly week, I don't know. And I'll see you all again next time. Bye bye.